Hello everyone, let's start with another video. So in this video we will try to cover the messaging service. In the previous videos we saw how we worked on the customer management, order and product management services, and how to integrate between the order and the product and customer, these three services. Now we will be creating a messaging service backed by Apache Kafka and integrate that with the order management so that when a successful order is created, it will send the order details to a messaging service. So this is our ninth video, this one. Let's start. So for starting, what we will do is we will start by copying one of the folders. So home, let's name it service. Let's change the project name to messaging service. This is done, and now this should be ready to be imported as a module. So once the Gradle build is done, hopefully, so this is the one. Let's quickly rename and delete the stuff which are not required. We won't need the client entities mapper repo because this is going to be a messaging service. So let's rename this file to also now. Let's fix the build.gradle this thing to this one. Why is it? It's a customer, but why? I think we have to change it. And let's also move these two. Let's delete. Let's rename the controller. Now the service. So what we are going to have is like from the service, we will be using Kafka template to send a message to the Kafka message queue. Let's clean everything for now. From the service, in the messaging controller, we would need alive and post ID is not required for now. So it should be a void. It just sends a message and it needs a topic name. So slash topic. Oops. And yeah, this is fine. So we will get a order object with a topic, and this code should enqueue it to the corresponding topic. Okay, alive is fine. Let's quickly create the let's name it enqueue. This should take order object, and also topic. And we are going to use Kafka template. Okay, first we need to add the required dependencies here, and anything else to delete. So this is done, refactored. Now the build.gradle, we have to add the Kafka dependencies. So we would not need the JPA, OpenFein, Lombok would be required. Postgre and H2 are not required. This is required. So I have a cheat sheet of these dependencies somewhere. Or I think I remember. So we can just, so it will be org.springflower.kafka, and this will be starter. This will be Spring Kafka. This will be Kafka. Let's quickly do a rebuild and see if it works. Just to check whether it worked. No, it didn't work. Spring Kafka, Spring Kafka. And let's try with a build and see. Okay. This is not required. And also let's fix this one before we forget. In the build.gradle, the startup file, I think it was earlier the package was not correct. Now the package is correct. This is done. Let's do a quick build and see. I think it's picking up now, hopefully. Oops. This should be picked up. Yep. Kafka template. Send. So we need to send to this particular topic and this order message. Yep. I think that should be fine. So whenever the order completes in the order management, it will send a REST request to its controller. From the controller, it will come to this place and it will send it to the Kafka message queue at this particular topic. Now let's move on to integrate the order management service. Here, after this save, what we need to do is we have to make a call. So we have to create one more client. Let's just copy. So let's name it messaging service client, and it should return a void. It should do send data. It should take argument of order, and it will be a request body, and this will be a post mapping, and this will be messaging service slash messaging. We post the message here, and it should now correspondingly we have to pass this variable. Oops. Messaging service, change the environment variables, messaging app URL. let's not give this anything because this would not work without Kafka. So messaging service URL is there, and let's update the Helm charts also. First in the values with this one messaging app URL, and instead of product management it will be messaging service. This is done. Now here also in the Kubernetes config we have to update this one. So now the next thing that would be required is to update the order service. We have already created the messaging service client. Let's inject it via the constructor. Once this is injected, we can actually use here to dot send the order. First we have to get hold of the order reference. So okay, so let's return the order. So what we are getting the order. See, after saving the order, we are making a call to the messaging service client, which should send to the particular topic. So here uh, send, and I think what was pending is slash topic, basically the topic name. So here we know that we are always in a placed orders. So it will go to messaging controller with this URL slash messaging slash placed order. So this will become the topic name, and yep. So yep. Okay, in the charts we have to replace this with Kafka, and the version will be here. We are going to the official Bitnami this Kafka documentation, and we can use 11.8.0, 11.8.0, and again here we don't need this Postgres details. Is it, oops, did we modify the, this is order management. Okay, sorry. So order management, let's keep it as it is. So I think I modified the wrong file. Yeah, so here messaging app URL is required. Let's close, it's creating confusion. Let's open the values for the charts first. For messaging service we have to add Kafka, and so what is the version 10.8.0, 10.8.0. Okay, and here in the values we don't need Postgres, we don't need any DB configuration, we don't need this also. I think I have prepared a cheat sheet for this Kafka config, which I uh, got it from this documentation only, and from this page only, probably somewhere at the here. Yeah, from these pages only I was able to prepare this. So I'll just copy this one and paste it. So what we are saying is for the Kafka, only one replica. Yes, we can access it from outside, and this is that advertised uh, URLs. This is the Bootstrap server. That's about it. Let's save it. So now Kafka dependency is added. Now we have to do Helm update. Helm, I think the folder is still order management. Let's rename it to messaging service cd. Now we have to do Helm dependency update. It should update the charts with the Kafka. This Kafka should be updated there. Okay, what it says is version constraint is not matching. Let me just quickly cross-check the URL also here from their official documentation. Charts bitnami.com/bitnami and bitnami/Kafka. Bitnami. What is the version here? 11.8.0. Did I write 10? Next, Helm update again. This has been updated. Now if I open the charts folder, I should see the Kafka. Let's delete the PostgreSQL. We don't no longer need for this particular project. So Kafka is there. This has been added. Now for the uh, uh, application.yml, I have another cheat sheet here which I'm going to use. So here we don't need all these JDBC data source things here. So we have to do the Kafka configuration. We are doing the like Bootstrap server evaluate. This is again we are getting it from the values. This one. And this is what for the producer what we are saying is use a JSON serializer, and these are the trusted packages. So what I'm going to do is I'll just get one package order. So this is the package. So let's just use this package. And for the consumer, so we don't have any particular consumer in this use case, but for testing whether the message got encrypted properly, we will use this one. So we are saying a group ID of notification listener, and this is the topic name, which is placed orders. And let's try. Okay, so this part is done, and let's quickly create one consumer to test here. Let's call it order listener. Order listener. Kafka listener. We have to pass topic. Topic name will be the same which we got it here. Placed orders. Copy paste. And yeah. So the payload will be order, and we can get the headers also. Dot topic. We are interested in the topic name. It should be like placed orders topic only, but we are just verifying it here. So we just need a logger. So what we'll do is we'll just spit out in the log. That's it. Oops, what is it? Tree dot logger. Okay. Info. Let's print the order, or let's call it payload, and /t topic is topic. So whenever we put a message from the service, this should get printed. This is done, and let's call it component. Yeah. Let's just also add an ID here, which is basically this one. So this is done now. Now what we can do is, like the previous examples, we were using these scripts to build and deploy. So this is one script to do a Gradle build. This is for Docker build. This is Helm install, Helm uninstall. So we were doing it individually. So what in this video, what I'll do is I'll just copy them into and place them in a file, and just do it in one shot, all the projects. Okay. vi, let's say reinstall .sh. Saved. Now, so I'm giving executing permission for this one. I think the script will be somewhat similar in Windows. Before that, let me check my Minikube status. That is running, so I think we are good to reinstall. Something did not go properly. Docker file. Okay. So Docker build did not work for some reason. Okay, let's just open this file in microservice reinstall here. Oh, what is this? I think Docker, some copy issue. Okay, so the Helm install is working. Docker file build for some reason is not working. It's not able to find the Docker file. Yeah, so I think instead of this dot, we have to provide this path. So this one time should help us running this script again and again. So some any Google Cloud issue is coming that's not related to these ones. So it's building the Docker images. Ordered test release not found. Okay. So the Docker builds are working fine. I'm just checking the Gradle builds. Oh, Gradle builds I forgot to copy. Where is these are the Gradle builds? Let's reinstall again. Yeah, now Gradle builds are happening. Once these are done, I'll just be back. Yeah, so the build went for, only I had to add this -x test because few tests were failing, and I noticed that the order management this thing did not work because it could not find the uh, not find this charts directory Kafka. Uh, by mistake, it was a copy paste mistake last time we did, so we just copied this. I think it will be the Postgres related dependencies. So let's just fix this one. Yeah, now it should be fine. I'll back again, pausing the video now. So all the things went fine except this last thing, which is like I think I forgot to do it still is a customer management. No, sorry, not this one. Let's close. It's becoming confusing now. Let's open the messaging template. Yeah, order management service. Yeah, so it should be messaging service. So let's first start with the name. And then instead of order management, let's just with messaging replace all service. Let's reinstall. So this installed successfully. One more thing which I had to change earlier, the port was 3. I had to change it to 4 because of our order management we use this port. Now let's quickly check the dashboard. I think Minikube dashboard. Have you opened it? So what all services are up? So messaging Zookeeper is up. Where is Kafka? Let's wait for some time to see. Kafka is green, but the messaging is giving image, so I think the image is not image name is not proper. Let's quickly just check. Um, so the image name is messaging dash service. I think here what is image name? We used messaging, so I think now after doing another, in fact, let me just reinstall only this messaging service. So we'll be using Helm uninstall messaging test release and then install. And let's see what happens. So all pods are green. Let's check whether actually the Kafka configuration. No, so there are some invalid URL bootstrap server errors. So probably um, in the values bootstrap server errors. So I think why this is, I think another copy paste issue. So This is for the order management. I think there is this. I created a cheat sheet somewhere for this configuration. Yeah, not this one. So basically, we have to add the values of this one. Name value is dot release dot name hyphen dot values dot this thing. Yeah, anything else? Only one variable. Okay, looks fine. Let's restart, reinstall. So all are green now. Let's check the logs. Finally, newly, I think Kafka connection is done. Now let's quickly check via postman. Let's post an order. Okay, now let's check if anything happened to the messaging logs. If things go correct, we should see somewhere uh, the output of a message. So there seems to be a mistake. So right now what's happening is if we go to the order management, the URL for the service is incorrect. It's coming as this thing. So like by mistake I gave this one. This should be for the other service, which is the messaging service. I put this in the order management service. So we need to fix that one. It should be messaging service 8080 only. We don't need any release name. Let's redeploy and try again. So deployment has been done. Let's quickly check the pods. They are up and running. Let's try our, let's say, product to retrieve let's try to retrieve a product. Okay, it seems to be working. Let's post an order. Okay, now let's check our messaging. Why this is taking so much time? Let's just refresh the page once. Messaging, this one. Let's at the same time open order pod. I think it is not loading the latest ones. Let me just close and reopen the dashboard, Minikube dashboard. It's taking some time, some issue. So let's check the logs. kubectl logs. First get the pods. So messaging deployment is our pod. This is the issue, illegal argument exception. This is not a trusted package. So I think we added this thing. Let's check once again. In the messaging service, we added this trusted package. It seems, yeah. Mm, let's try with order once. So package will be order. So deployment is done. Let's quickly check the logs. This is our pod. Then some issues. I think the issue is Kafka topic missing header. So here in the order listener, I think this will be receive topic. Let's rebuild and try again. So deployment is done. Let's quickly check the logs. Mm, any So let's just send some messages. We are posting some order. Yeah, this is our output. So payload, order ID 23, customer ID 2. Yeah. So that means like from the order service, when we are saving the order here, after this we are making this call and it's going to the message queue in Kafka, and through this listener we are able to print this one. So that was the purpose of this video, to integrate Kafka and message queue with the order service. So that's it for this video. Thank you.